The Ministry of External Affairs in Delhi summoned the U.S. Acting Deputy Chief of Mission, Gloria Berbena, today. The meeting lasted approximately 40 minutes. Now, this comes a day after the U.S.'s comments on Arvind Kejriwal's arrest went public. The U.S. called for a fair and transparent legal process to follow the arrest of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. And do remember, this comes after Germany too had weighed in on the issue, and at that time as well there had been a sharp reaction from the Ministry of External Affairs. Well, for more on this story, let's now go across to Nikunj Garg. And Nikunj, give us more details. A 40-minute meeting with the US official.
Well, yes, Dagi, and the inputs that are coming in to us via a news agency currently are fairly guarded. There are very sketchy details available. They say that, the US Deputy Chief of Mission was summoned, and that the meeting lasted 40 minutes. What it does not say is what was discussed and was this meeting any which way related to the US's commentary that has been reported by the mainstream national press today quite boldly in India as well. So we're yet to get those details from the Ministry of External Affairs or through our other reporting colleagues. But what it looks like is that obviously it has not pleased the government of India. Obviously, this kind of commentary, any nation, any jurisdiction is not going to take lightly. And hence, this meeting between the U.S. Deputy Chief of Mission and the Ministry of External Affairs. However, as I said to begin with, that currently there is no commentary available or no authoritative input or information available from the side of Ministry of External Affairs as to what precisely was discussed.
That's right, though, Nikunj. Earlier Germany too had commented on Arvind Kejriwal's arrest and also spoken about, the rule of the law and fairness, etc. And at that time, we did see the MEA react, saying we see such remarks as interfering in our judicial process and undermining the independence of our judiciary, that India is a vibrant and robust democracy. So, given that that was the sharp reaction to the comments from Germany, and now a day after these comments given by the Home Department in the US to Reuters, today you have a U.S. diplomat being summoned.
Well, obviously, it looks to be part of that chain. I'm not linking the German commentary because that was asked of a very senior ranking minister in Germany, and then he reacted. In this case, obviously, a briefing to Reuters resulted in this commentary. As we can see now on air, our viewers also can see, this U.S. Deputy Head of Mission is obviously not wanting to comment on the meeting from their side, and she has quietly walked away from a very pesky press reporter of a gang of press reporters outside the Ministry of External Affairs. But what we clearly know is that the meeting took place in the Ministry of External Affairs and lasted for over 40 minutes. And this certainly comes in the backdrop of the American commentary on the matter, which, as I said, was quite fairly boldly reported in the mainstream national press today. And as I said, no jurisdiction, no country, no democracy particularly is certainly going to entertain this kind of freewheeling commentary and will certainly register its protest. Whether you can stop this kind of commentary by other nations is something completely different. But India, for sure, will register its protest as a matter of principle. And that's what it seems the Ministry of External Affairs has done after the Germans with the Americans too.
Right, absolutely. But also the fact that you have these comments coming from US and Germany on the arrest of the Delhi Chief Minister also shows that this is a grabbing attention.
Well, yes, obviously, the fact remains that those countries and their fairly senior ranking diplomats have chosen to speak on this matter. And as I said, that India certainly is not going to appreciate that. As we speak, the matter of Mr. Kejriwal's arrest is being adjudicated, particularly his bail application is being adjudicated in a fairly serious manner at a constitutional court in the form of Delhi High Court. So India would certainly want that its judicial processes, post the law enforcement processes, are followed to the T, and in between there is no outside commentary that is coming on that or reflected in any which way. However, what has happened currently is that these nations have chosen to talk while this process is on, and in a manner that certainly New Delhi will not appreciate, and New Delhi would, as I said, as a matter of principle, would want to register its protest on the kind of commentary that is coming in. Because remember, if there is a judicial process that is on in the United States, or in Germany.
That's
the
right.
Germans or the Americans would probably not like our commentary on that.
All right, thanks so much, Nikunj Garg. They're talking on this development with India summoning a US diplomat. We're also now joined by NDTV's Kadambani for more. And Kadambani, a day after these comments from the US on Arvind Kejriwal's arrest, where they said that we're encouraging a fair, transparent and timely legal process for Arvind Kejriwal. Today you have a US official being summoned. A 40-minute meeting took place.
Well, it's quite a long meeting which has taken place, and usually these meetings when diplomats are summoned are not so long. So it just shows the seriousness of government's approach, which does not take very kindly to it. If we remember, just within 2 weeks, this is the second time that US has received an earful about something like this. Now, this time, this is about Kejriwal's arrest and other issues, but earlier it was CAA, where the spokesperson for External Affairs Ministry had clearly said that people who do not understand the culture of India, the history of India, should not be commenting. It was a very sharp comment as far as US is concerned. But we also have to see, Gargi, that as far as Delhi is concerned, this it may be a very it may be a city, not a complete state, but it punches much above its weight. Whatever happens in Delhi, it is also reflected in other parts of country, and all the diplomats are watching very closely the Indian elections. If you talk to them off record, they would be saying that they are watching the elections quite closely, and so close to election, something like this is happening. And when the questions are asked about this from any diplomat or any spokesperson of these countries, because we have to remember that these two answers, one which came from State Department spokesperson, another which came from another spokesperson in Germany, both were answers to the questions which were asked to them. So this has to be something which is also should be seen in context of the elections which are taking place, and an understanding and a hope and expectation that these would be free and fair elections, and that is what they are saying. But of course, these are the internal matters. India clearly says that no other country has a right to interfere in its internal matter, and the judiciary is free here, and that is something, the comments which have come like this are sure to rankle, and that is why the summoning and the earful about CAA.
That's right. And Kadamni, interesting, when the comments came from Germany, where they also commented on Arvind Kejriwal's arrest and asked for a fair process, etc. We saw very sharp response and very public response from the MEA, saying that we see such remarks as interfering in our judicial processing. India is a vibrant and robust democracy with rule of law, etc., etc. However, after the US comments to Reuters today, what we have seen is the summoning of the diplomat and a 40-minute meeting. So far, we don't know what really transpired during that meeting.
Well, this is a clear message not only to US or Germany, but it is also a clear message to other countries which might in future want to comment when a question is asked to them about Kejriwal or other internal matters of India. So it should also be looked at, though the details are not yet available, it has not been shared by External Affairs Ministry or the US Embassy, but it has to be seen as a message to other countries as well that India's internal matters are their matter, and no other country should be interfering in it. This is what India has been saying again and again on all the matters which pertain to be it an election process. And India has clearly always said the judiciary is free in India, election process is fair and democratic, and there is no way that other country should be commenting about these processes. This should be taken as an interference in the workings and internal matter of India.